Hello, everyone. I hope everybody's doing fine. This YouTube is going to be on Power One. We're on precision, but a lot of things happen. I don't know if you remember, but the last two lessons are, if you look at the past lessons, not too far away, I was talking, I think, in two different videos. If you follow everything, I don't think there's so many people that follow it yet or can understand. I mean, you can understand, but it's really difficult if you haven't followed along with everything else. But it's interesting. The more we go along, the nicer it's going to be to look at the videos, but it's going to be really, really hard to understand. But anyway, I said in the former videos that I know that there's going to be and we have, if you, this is the first time that you're Dance Without Music, you know that, and like I said, this is Dance Without Music, Power One. I'm going up to Power One, um, just for a lesson, and then I'm going to go back down to Precision. I think it's at 9 or 10. I'm not sure. And now I'm going to explain some things. And like I said, if you really want to understand this program, you have to start at the beginning. We have different terms. We have a whole vocabulary of things. So every word that you hear is not going to be what you think it is. Um, that's just to let you know because we've been doing this for about 2 years now. It's going on 3 years. But anyway, in the last videos I was telling you, I when I do the telephone, I know that there's going to be a premonition because when I do the telephone, I could actually feel the the number. I mean, okay, we don't use numbers, but I'm going to use them to express. I could I could feel the numbers or the positions that I was at, and it was strange because I was doing it at work, and it was like because we have to do a code, and I was like, wow, you know what I mean? So I knew it was a premonition because I couldn't hold on to it. I didn't see where it was stemming from. And then I said it, I don't know if I said it 2 or 3 times, but I know I said it in the test. I think it was the first test. Dance Without Music, the first test. And I was going, I know that there's a premonition because I was doing, when I do the numbers on the telephone, my code on the telephone, open it, I know that there's something coming up, some kind of premonition. Okay? And then, like I said, this is a Dance Without Music term. So anyway, it was because not so long ago, maybe like a day or two ago, it I catapulted. I talked about catapulting a long time ago, and it can happen to you too when you're in this program, to where you're at a certain position in a layer. The positions in a layer comes all the time. It's up to each person, okay? And you're at a position, and then all of a sudden something happens while you're doing something, okay? I guess the basic thing would be like when you first start the program, and I tell you to be careful, watch everything you do, and then all of a sudden you catch one thing and you go, that was something else. Something else is new, and then you got to use it. I already explained all that too. Anyway, that's a premonition when you don't know what it is yet, but you know it derives from your study in the program. So anyway, catapulted. I catapulted. Even if you don't understand it now, once you're in the program and you get to this level, you will see. Okay. But it's good, like I said, to listen because you have things to look forward to, and you can understand, and you don't have to. I go through all the pain and the trouble, and I take out the pain and the trouble so that you don't have to worry. It's like I find the path, and then I tell you it, so you don't have to worry about so much pain and torture. Religious pain and torture. You don't have to worry about that so much. So anyway, I catapulted, and what happens is I have to go. I told you this also. When you catapult, you have to make changes to everything that you did from the beginning. A lot of it's done now, like when you get to this level, a lot of it's done just internally you could do it in your mind, and it's like it takes a little bit of time, but you know, oh, that means this is this way, that means this is this way, that means that is that way, that means this is this way, that means this and this way. And like I said, this and that is very important because you already see everything, and you're like pointing, like when you work internally, you're saying this and that and this and that, so you don't have to say names or anything like that. I went over that too. So I catapulted, and this catapult took me into an equipment. I kept getting, and these are terms I use to that we all know that you have to. I mean, it's terms that I can relate to you. You know what I mean? Because we have to use a language. So I kind of, it's like hints. I told you language is like hints. So anyway, I catapulted. First thing after I knew that I had the premonition, and then then I'm given, and believe me, I'm just trying to explain it to you. Then I'm given equipment. I kept feeling equipment, and I wanted to know what the equipment was. It's not something talking or anything. It's just you see your development, and you go equipment, or you don't say equipment, but it's something like this. And the closest thing I could think of is equipment. This is developing this equipment. Okay, so I got the equipment, and it's more like an armor. Okay, it's not external, but it's in your realm. That's what it is. Remember, and a realm is like what we're studying. The realm of gravity. I mean, no gravity. Oh my dear Lord, please forgive me. We don't believe in gravity. Throw it out the window. Um, the realm of weight, pressure. Let me see. I can say hydrogen X, but a lot of things are changing. Um, Energy, force. I can use all those terms. What's another term I can use? Let me see. The vertex, the vortex, the control. All those things are in a realm. So it's like an armor in that realm. Okay. Then how can I say, I can say you can control. You have to excuse me, you have to use the equipment to do everything that you started from the beginning. Okay, so I'm actually doing that right now, but like I said, it's more like a armor. The reason why I say armor, because it's all broken up. Like for instance, remember retro saying, half floor. And there's something I want to say about the retro saying and half floor. Okay. Oh, I gotta keep that in mind. Hopefully, I can remember it to tell you because that's important. Then piso, and then story. Remember? Now those things, like I told you, they're on a plane. Okay, so that's in all those things are on a plane. Okay. So the retro say is here and it's on that plane. Even if I pick it up, it's on a plane. Okay, the plane the plane, and then below this plane is the room of the subquadrant. Remember that, okay? So then we have half floor. We have half floor, which is here. There's a plane, okay? And then there's a plane here at the piso, okay? And there's a plane here at the story, because it's all broken up in stories. It's all broken up in planes. So that's a refinement of my catapult. And now I'm talking to you about things that happen in power. After precision is going to be power. I came up to the top, to a higher level, and then it's easier for me to explain once I get back to the dance. Remember, this is a thriller dance. We use the thriller dance to to um, to utilize our dance without music and the benefits that we get. Okay, you'll hear that. You hear that in all of them. So now, so this one tape is going to be called Power One Quadratic Formula. Okay, that's what it is. I mean, what I get, and then I translate it when I'm in the realm, in my realm. I get it, and then I translate. All these words are not like realm. It's all not weird. It's just vocabulary that we came up in this dance without music. So like I said, I catapulted. So I catapulted to a power level. Okay, it's above precision. This is just summarizing it. I noted that the retro say is a plane. It's like this. This is a plane. This is a plane, and this is a plane. Okay, and I'm talking to you in the power level right now. I have to do it because um, I'm I'm in a higher level, but I need you to get like a basic feeling of it, so that I can come. It will help you, and then I'll come back down to the precision 9 or 8 or whatever. Okay. So you can see what you're working for. So it's quad. So this one is quadratic method. I mean the quadratic formula, and I told you it was algebra in it. So anyway, so we're talking about the planes. Then we have other planes. We have a plane. We have a plane here. Then we have another plane, and then we have another plane. Okay, and we have another plane. Okay, so we have a plane here. Okay, and then we have another plane, and then we have another plane, and then we have another plane, and then we have another plane. So it's a plane here, another plane, another plane, another plane. And then there's a plane on the top of here. And I told you if you go higher than this plane, it'd be going outside. I stated that before. So you have a plane here, a plane here, a plane here, a plane here, and another plane. Okay, so that should be the how can I say? No, we're not. We can't. I'm not going to use that yet. So there's a plane here, a plane here, a plane here, a plane here, and then a plane here. And then if you go up, that would be outside. Okay? So, but I'm just telling you this. This is just summarizing something that's going to happen next, which is in the power level after precision. But you need to do this when you get to this level. So when you slide into the level, you're going to slide into the level when you get to this precision level. But then you'll know where to go. Okay, so that's why this is important. Then here you have a, that would be called a plane. This one is going to be called a line. Okay. So you have a line. A line is like this, okay? So you have plane like this, and then line. The line is like this. So you have a line. You have a line here. Then you have a line here, and then you have a line here, and then you have a line here. And if you go like this or like this, you're outside. Okay. So now there's planes and lines. So planes are like this. And lines are like this, okay? Lines are like this, okay? So if I go like this, I have a line. This is a line, a line, a line, okay? So you know the difference between line and planes. Okay, so then after that, what's another thing I have to express to you? Plane, line. We did the plane and the line. Okay, now I said this one is the quadratic formula. So I'm going to try and do this, okay? I'm going to try and explain and try. I tried it once, but I can't practice because I don't have that much time to practice. So I can't practice like the Michael Jackson dance. I can't practice that much. I have to look at it real quick and then do it. There's going to come a time when it's going to be perfected anyway, and that's the whole idea, is be able to look at something and then just be able to do it because you know where everything is, okay? First of all, I'm going to tell you about a room. Remember the room here, the room below the below the retrosay is a subquadrant. It's the only subquadrants. Yeah, the only subquadrants that we have right now. Okay. In the subquadrant, there's a room. Okay. The room are all the movement possible for the subquadrant, for that subquadrant. All the movements possible make up the room, okay? Now, there's another room, and is it okay? Let me see. Let me take this out. And just move that a little bit. I don't want. Okay, so then there's another room. The other room is the quadratic formula is a room, okay? Remember, this is with Dance Without Music. The quadratic formula makes a room, okay? I'm going to try and do it for you. It's going to be sketchy or rough, but I'm going to try and do it. I'm not going to say it. Maybe I'll try and explain it a little bit, but you just got to watch it, okay? And this is called a room. Now let me explain to you the different room and room. When you say a pronunciation in Dance Without Music, as far as we got now, you know how you think when I say room sad, and you go room, say room happy, room, okay? Say room mad, room. Say room you don't care, like you don't care, room, okay? So now think of that. Then now this is how we're gonna, because both of them are called rooms. So sometimes you're only gonna be able to say room. So when you think of a subquadrant, instead of thinking happy or sad, think of this room in the subquadrant, okay? Then you would say room, okay? Now if you think of the when you think of the quadratic formula room, you would say room. So you can definitely tell a difference. You think of the quadratic formula, and then you say room. So we have a room, and then we have a room. Okay, so it's two different rooms. But if I talk about the quadratic room, I would say room. If I talk about the subquadrant room below the retrosay, I would say room. Okay, and remember, there's other subquadrants, so that's the only one we know for now. So I'm going to try and do the quadratic formula room. What I'm doing is I'm making room, okay? I have no room. Someone told you to do like a move or something? Say if you're making up a move and you don't have anywhere to go. One reason why you can't develop your ability to choreograph, the reason why you can't develop your ability to choreograph a dance or a movement, and we're not just talking about dance movements, we're talking about anything, even martial arts, is because you need room, you need space. Not so much outside, but you need to develop a way or develop a technique to internally have a room. So that's what we're going to do. Remember, it's going to be etchy. I'm going to try to get through it, but it's going to be etchy. If it works out perfectly, I'll be so happy. So I'm going to do it now. I'm not going to say too much. Let me move this out. I'm here, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here. Okay, I'm gonna try and do this. Okay, here we go. Let me explain about the rows and the columns first. These these are rows, okay? Row. There's a row here. There's a row. No, I'm sorry. This is row. Here is a row. But there's another thing that we have to. There's another thing that I have to explain that I didn't explain to you. Remember, we don't use numbers, but we have this. Okay. This right here is this. Okay. How can I say? Yeah. This right here. This right here is. Remember, we don't use numbers. So this is center, center. This is center natural. And remember what natural is. And this is natural. This is center other, and this is center, and this is other. If you go around like this is other. This is center, center. This is correct. Okay? Correct, natural, or what's the other one? Correct, natural, or right. Okay? Right has nothing to do with left and right. I've said that a million times. This is center, center right. And this is center other. So, you know that this one right here is right, natural, or correct. However, this one right here is other. Let me see. Yes, this one right here is other. Okay, this one right here is that's correct. Yes. Yes. This one right here is other. This one right here is correct, natural, or right. Okay. This one right here is center, center. This is center, natural, and this is center other. Okay. Okay. If you want to make it, so remember, this right here is natural, and this is natural. This is other, and this is other. You can come up with an easy way. It's hard for me to. Oh yeah, the reason why I can give you a reason why, because this is just like. This corresponds to the other side. This corresponds in this way. This corresponds to the right, correct, and natural. And this corresponds to the right, natural, and correct. This corresponds to the other, and this corresponds to the other. So it's like this. But if I switch it around, it's still the same like this. So if I switch it around, this still stays correct, natural, other. This still stays correct, natural, other, because you can go like that, okay? That's just the reason why I told you that, because that's going to be in everything. It's not numbers. We don't use numbers, at least right now. And I told you that why we don't use numbers a long time ago. Okay, so now let's get through this. The reason why I told you that, because it's in everything that we do, okay? Now, remember the 3 lines. So we have a line here, which is center, center. We have center other, remember? Center natural and center other. So that's 3. So, like I said, if I advance, I'm advancing 3 lines, okay? And I'm advancing in a column. I'm going back in a column. This is a row. I'm going from this row to the other row. This is the other row, side row. This is the center, and this is the natural. So we have center. We have center, and then natural, and then natural center, and then not quadrant. other, and then other, okay? Other, no, it's not other, it's natural, right, correct, natural, center, or center, natural, then center, center, and then center, other, or other, center, and then the other, okay? I'm going to try and get through this if I can in this quadratic formula, but it's going to be really hard and it's going to be really rough. I mean, it's not going to look so smooth, so I'm going to try and do it. Here it goes. Remember, these are columns and these are rows. And the whole thing is, oh yeah, another, just one more thing. It's called a limit, okay? When I say center, other, center, 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 other, and then natural, center, and natural, that's called a limit. So this, and this is a, so I gotta do it like this so you can see it. This, and I go over one, that's center, correct, and then this one is correct. So that's a, this is a limit, okay? So I'm not finished with the limit yet. So I'm gonna start here and then work the whole limit. So it's gonna be correct, center, or center, correct, center, and then center, other, and then other, and then other. So that's a limit. So if I start an other, it's going to be other, center, correct. That's a limit. So I said that because in the quadratic formula room, okay, we have a limit that goes, up the column and has the rows. All of the columns are named like center, and then there's in a row center. So I'm going to be in the center of the rows and the columns. And then that's just it. Then I'm going to try and get through this, okay? The quadratic formula room. Oh, I hope I can do it. Okay, I'm going to try and do it. Oh no, then that was this. Oh, it goes like this. No, I'm sorry, it goes. Yes, that's it, that's right. Okay. Okay. From here. Yeah. Wait, it's got to stay here. I'm just trying to see if I can do this. I went over there. Okay, I'm gonna try and just finish it. Okay. Okay, I made a mistake. I made so many mistakes. Um, I made so many mistakes. Maybe I'll try it one more time to see if I can do it, but I don't know if I'll be able to do it. But it's a quad. I'm gonna just try it one more time. It's just I have to do it. Okay. Let me see if I could do it. Okay. So we have. Okay, I'm gonna try and do it again. And then I'm over here. Oh, I can't do it. Okay. I won't be able to do it, but that's an idea of the room. It's so complex, but I told you I didn't practice or anything, but I'll get it down, I know. But I may not do it in the next one. The next one's going to be precision, but it's just so complex because you have to hold every movement that you do, but you understand it. Anyway, I gave you an example of the room. It's not complete yet, and I'll make it complete, but not now. But anyway, that's for the power lesson, and that's for the first power lesson. And when I get it, I'll just show it to you in one of the precision levels, okay? So now we're gonna go back to precision. I hope everybody enjoyed everything. I know if you followed this, I know you loved it. Another thing too is when you get to this level, you might not go through the problems that there are people who are going to be so good that they won't have any problems going through this like I did. Okay, I mean I'm actually working 2 jobs and doing this. So thank you very much. This is the first this is the first power lesson, but we're going back to precision. Remember, thank you. Bye bye.